Hi everyone. In this video, we will be talking about connection problems that plagues PICKIT3 programmer and some of the common issues. At this stage, I have been using this PICKIT3 programmer for a long time, so my Stockholm syndrome is very well progressed, and I have faced pretty much all kinds of issues on the earth with all kinds of different picks. And yeah, we're just going to look at some of the these common problems and some of the easy solutions for it. So for the PICKIT tree, there are basically two connections that you need to check. One of them is the connection of PICKIT tree to your microcontroller, which I have here, our good old PIC 10F220, very simple microcontroller from our previous videos. It's all connected. And the PICKIT3 obviously, and I have this USB connection here, which is not connected at this stage. So this is my second take on the video. Then the first one, I had so massive issues that I had to, MPLAB crashed a few times. I had to restart it, and I hope it's going to work this time. But let's go through these connections. So the first thing that you want to make sure is your connection to the from the PICKIT to your microcontroller. So the datasheet is your best friend here. If you look at our datasheet from the for the PIC 10F220, we have the connection as follows. We have MCLR here at the 8th pin. We have VDD at the 2nd pin, VSS at the 7th pin, and ICSP clock and data is just our programming clock and data pins at the 4th and the 5th pin. I've connected everything here. MCLR, VDD, VSS, programming clock and data all connected, but just go through them once more, twice more, 3 times more, as much as you can, just to make sure that they're all connected to the right pins. And the second thing that you need to do, if you're working on a breadboard with jumper wires like this, these jumper wires, especially these cheaper ones, don't age quite well, and they might have all sorts of connection issues. So what you can do is just get in there with your multimeter and do some continuity checks between the pins of the of your micro and the pins that you are connected to the PICKIT tree. Make sure that none of these are broken. And another issue that could happen on the board is if you have an external circuit, external components that are connected to MCLR and data and the clock pins, they might cause trouble because they might disrupt the communication between PICKIT3 and your micro. So just remove all of them if you want to simplify things and get to the bottom of the issue. And make sure that nothing is connected to the ICSP data and clock. Make sure that your MCLR can be driven high and low without the impact of any external components. And another thing is our good old bypass cap. You don't need a huge one, especially if you put like something like 10 microfarad, it might give you problems because then your USB circuitry or the PICKIT, especially if you are programming, if you are powering it through the PICKIT tree, might think that there is a short, the power shortage while the capacitor is charging. So just put something small there. One microfarad is well. 100 nanofarads is also quite well, will do the job. I haven't seen any encountered any issues that is particularly because of lack of a bypass cap, but it's generally good practice anyway, so you just need to have a bypass cap. So that's pretty much all really you can do between the connection to PICKIT3 and your micro. And the other one is your USB connection. So the best way to do that, just connect your PICKIT3 straight into your computer. Don't connect it to any peripherals such as keyboards or monitors, or don't use any hubs. So once you open your MPLAB IDE, just give it some time to open the projects, build and load them, and give it a while. So everything is parsed, loaded, whatever it needs to do has to be done. Just give it some time. Don't rush into just programming it right away. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll just let it turn on and load everything it needs. From a software engineering point of view, when I look at MPLAB, I see a great deal of state management issues. So there is some state in project, some global state in MPLAB, and some state in PICKIT3, and none of these are properly managed and synced. So and they have well invested on top of this mismanaged state. So I don't know how they would be able to how they would fix this, but yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of how MPLAB works now, and I hope they fix it soon. But yeah, it's been a while. Those things are around for ages, and I haven't seen any. Um, I have seen some improvement. It's not fair to say they haven't improved any stuff, but yeah, it's not great. So okay, now it looks like our MPLAB is open. One thing that we want to check is our powering options. So you go to your project properties and then choose PICKIT3 under configuration and then choose power. And then you just need to tick this power target circuit from PICKIT3 if you are doing that. If your circuit is powered by an external source, that's fine. You still need to connect the VDD though. And if you're powering it from PICKIT3, don't put it at 5 volts because modern USBs, they will never give you exact 5 volts. It's just going to be somewhere lower than 5 volts. It's going to be 4.8, 4.7 volts. And the PICKIT3 will just can't step up the voltage. So it will think that there is a short or your circuit is drawing lots of power. So it will refuse to start or program your chip. So put it somewhere below 5 volts, 4.75, 4.65. That will generally work. Now we are going to connect our PICKIT3, the USB connection. And again, like you shouldn't do anything while the status light is red. Just give it some time. Once it's all connected, we're just going to attempt at programming our PIC. Okay, now PICKIT3 is here. We pick it up. Well, another problem is if you have multiple projects open, especially working with different chips, make sure to close them because again, it causes all sorts of mismanaged state issues. The projects just MPLAB gets confused and causes all sorts of other issues. First thing that it does is it just downloads the firmware for this target pick that we have. And you just need to give it some time. Don't rush, don't press anything. Takes a while, but it's okay. So yeah, it looks like it did it. Yeah, perfect. Now let's give it another try. Okay, so now it seems to be working fine. Another issue that I haven't faced here, but you might, is that so you have a connection issue. You are sure everything is working between the PICKIT3 and your chip. You have a problem with the MPLAB. You remove the USB, wait for 5 seconds, pop it back on, try programming it again. If it doesn't work, you might want to shut down MPLAB and just turn it back on again. That's also another solution. All the error messages you see here, you will see error messages like, oh, this target circuit is drawing too much current, or the calibration in the target chip is wrong. They're all rubbish. They all stem from this connection issues. The state between PICKIT3 and MPLAB gets stale and then stops working. So yeah, just disconnect PICKIT3, wait for 5 seconds, pop it back on. If it doesn't work, you need to just turn off your MPLAB and turn it back on. So if you're having these issues very frequently, then with the USB connection, again, just don't use any hubs or peripherals. In this case, I'm using my keyboard, but it works. I have tested it with connecting it directly to the computer and directly to the keyboard. No difference at all. So you can test these devices, but you can just start connecting it straight to your computer and then go for, go for a hub, go to a keyboard, peripheral, etc. Just to eliminate the issues. So once it works, it keeps working for a while, and it's not forever. At some point, for example, if your computer sleeps, and then you wake it up again, the state is screwed, you have to restart, turn it on and off, everything. But yeah, generally just disconnect the USB, wait for 5 seconds, connect it back again. That's the most common solution for that. So that's pretty much it. Well, there's much to be said about PICKIT3, but I'm not gonna say those things in this video, and I have a PICKIT4 on the way, so hopefully some of these issues are fixed. But as I said, yeah, it works. It's very hard to break these devices. I'm using this thing for like 6-7 years now, so these issues were always there, but couple of tries, it just works. So if you have any other kinds of connection problems, let me know in the comments. Maybe there are like different hardware batches as well. I'm not sure. I can't read the serial and assembly number anymore, but maybe I have one of the kind of lucky, unlucky hardwares. I'm not sure. So yeah, let me know if you have questions in the comments, and thanks for watching. See you next time.